Good afternoon, everybody. Spokane Steve here. It's time for another game of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Welcome, one and all. It's going to be the Cubs with the Giants today. The second game of a short two-game set. The Giants won the first one. In fact, they've won two straight. The Cubs have dropped two in a row. Looking at the chat here, Frank played this game. He had the Cubs edging the Giants 3-2. And hello to Cosmo. Hello, Mike C. This game, I tell you what, I don't know what to think here because we have Chuck Estrada starting for the Cubs. This card is absolutely horrible. This will be the only time we'll see Estrada this season. No record, of course, so I'll go ahead and give you his real-life numbers. Some of you may have already looked this up. He was 1-1, one start, 7.3 ERA. In 12 innings of work, 16 hits and 5 walks. For the Giants, there'll be right-hander Ron Herbel on the mound. Herbel, 2-4 record, but that does not indicate his pitching effectiveness this season so far. He has a 2.42 ERA, 7 starts, 2 relief appearances, 1 complete game. It was a shutout, 45 innings of work for Herbel. So the big question, I guess, is how long are the Cubs going to go with Estrada? He's rated 5 for endurance, as is Herbel. Oh, that's fine, Cosmo. I guess somebody's got to do them, huh? Here's the lineup for the Cubs. It'll be Glenn Beckert at second base leading off. Lee Thomas gets a start in left field. Billy Williams in right field. Ron Santo, the cleanup man, at third base. Ernie Banks at first base. Byron Brown will be in center field today. Randy Hundley to do the catching. Don Kessinger at short. And Estrada, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Cubs come into the game in last place. They've fallen behind the Mets with a 22-33 record. Giants at 26-33, but they've shown signs lately of busting out of their doldrums. The umpires for today's game will be Chris Pelakudis behind the plate, Bob Engel at first, Frank Sikori at second, and Ken Burkhart down at third. Wow, interesting information there for Mike. Estrada was an all-star in 1960, his rookie year. Now I have to look and see how old he was this season. He was 28 years old. Did not pitch in the majors in 65. He may have been in the minor leagues. But yes, as a rookie, 18-11, 3.58. He made the All-Star team, allowing only 162 hits and 209 innings of work. He had another good year in 1961. This was with Baltimore, by the way. Pitched 5 years for the Orioles. And we're just about ready to start the game here. Pelakudis says, play ball. Ron Herbel ready to go to work, and up steps Glenn Beckert to lead off the game. Beckert hitting .311 on the season. No homers, 16 RBIs. Herbel into the windup. And the pitch is a 3-3 right-handed, a ground ball into the hole at short. Lanier is there, strong throw across, one away. That'll bring up Lee Thomas. All of Thomas's action has come at first base so far this season. He is rated, of course, in left and in center, where he's a 5. Thomas with the Cubs, 233 in 30 at-bats, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Herbel into the windup now. It's going to be a 4-7 left-handed, and Thomas with a hard ground ball on the right side and through into right field for a single. Thomas not really a threat to run. We'll look at the battery anyway. It's going to be Herbel a +1 hold. Haller a 0, so 14 not held for Thomas. And Billy Williams steps in. Williams at 274. 12 home runs, tied with Santo for the team lead, and he's second to Santo on the club with 36 RBIs. And welcome to Larry from Paris. That reminds me, there's a lot of good pictures Larry has shared from Europe. If you go to my main page and scroll down to the bottom to posts, you can see those there. And some of the posts have more than one picture, so you have to click the right arrow to move over to the next frame. The Eiffel Tower, for example, if you click the right arrow, you see Napoleon's tomb. So thanks to Larry Waters for sharing those. Very good pictures. Herbel working from the stretch now. That's going to be a 2-5 right-hander. Hardliner drops into center field in front of Mays. Thomas can advance to third on that. He's rounding 11. Mays, however, the -4 cannon. 1-7. Not a chance. They're going to hold him at second base. Thomas will not be testing Willie Mays' throwing arm today. And hello, Al, and thank you. First and second, 1 away. Here's Santo. Leads the club in everything. 357 average, which is second in the National League. 12 home runs, 43 RBIs. Herbel gets the sign. The windup down the pitch is a 3-7 right-handed, and he walks him. The bases are loaded here in the first inning. To second goes Williams. Down to third, Lee Thomas. So bases full of Cubs, 1 out, and here comes Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Banks hitting, where is Ernie? 282, 6 homers, 25 RBIs. Infield at double play depth. Herbel, a deep breath. Here comes the pitch to Banks. It's a 2-8 right-handed high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Gabrielson at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall for extra bases. Thomas will score. Here comes Williams to score. Santo rounding 11-13. To center, Mays -4. 1 through 9. Or let Brown hit. They're going to hold him up. That'll be a 2-run double for Banks. Santo stops at third, and it's 2-0 Cubs. That'll get Byron Brown up to the plate. Brown 238 on the year, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. Herbel checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Brown. It's going to be a 2-7 right-handed. Grounder into the hole at short. Single to 3, and he's got the base hit. That's fielded by Lanier, but he has no play. That'll be an infield single for Brown. Santo scores to make it 3-0. Banks stopping at third. So the Cubs jumping all over Herbel here in the first inning, and with Estrada on the mound, they're going to need it. So the decision to hold up Santo at third pays off as Brown drives him in. And here's Hundley. Randy Hundley on the season, a 240 average, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs. Of Quite a bit of pop up and down this Cubs lineup. And here's the pitch from Herbert. It's a 1-5 righty. Struck him out. And that'll do it. No, it won't. That's only 2 down. Excuse me. Don Kessinger will bat. Kessinger at 254, no homers, 9 RBIs. Hello, Mike Terranova, and thank you. Hello in Mangler. Runners at the corners, 2 down. The pitch to the switch-hitting Kessinger, batting lefty. That's a 5-10 left-handed. Catcher's card, that's going to be Haller. Haller's a 3E4. The roll on the play is an 11. That's the E range. So it's an 8 on an E4. A little nubber in front of the plate. Haller pounces on it, throws to first, and the side is retired. So 2-3X. That'll do it. The Cubs strike for 3 on 4 hits and leave a pair. After a half an inning, Chicago 3, San Francisco coming to bat against Chuck Estrada. I had to print up a Chuck Estrada card just for this game. He did pitch a few games in relief that year, but I can't see that happening in my replay. Perhaps in an extreme mop-up role. The Giants' batting order is as follows. It's Tito Fuentes at second base leading off. Len Gabrielson gets the start in left field. Willie Mays, of course, in the familiar 3-hole in center. Willie McCovey hits cleanup and plays first. Jim Ray Hart at third base. Tom Haller, the catcher. Ollie Brown will be in right field. Hal Lanier is the shortstop, and Herbold, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Estrada, a right-hander. Fuentes, a switch hitter, steps in from the left side. Tito on the year, a 243 average, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Estrada gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch to Fuentes. It's a 2-9 right-hander. One hopper right back to the mound. Estrada has it, throws to first, 1 down. Here's Gabrielson now. Len Gabrielson at 234, 2 homers, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. That's correct. Yeah, that looked weird to me. You don't see that very often. 2 home runs, but only 2 RBIs. Just 94 at bats for Gabrielson. And here's the pitch from Chuck Estrada. It's a 1-6 right-handed. Slow roller to first. Banks has it, takes it to the bag, and there's 2 away. And up steps Willie Mays. Willie inching closer to the 300 mark at 299. 16 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Estrada gets the sign. That's a 5-7 right-handed. Hits that high and deep to center. That's over Brown's head for extra bases. Brown gets it back in. Mays rounds at second and decides to hold with a double. Hello, MAGA Trump guy. It is an interesting game. I, of course, highly recommend it. Runner in scoring position, 2 down. Here is Willie McCovey. McCovey at 256, a dozen homers, 24 RBIs. Estrada, a glance at the runner. Now it comes to the plate, 4-3 left-handed. It's a fly ball to right field X. Tough chance for Billy Williams. Williams, a 3E8, racing towards the gap. On a 14, he's there to make a fine catch, and that ends the inning. Nice play by Billy Williams in right. And the Giants leave a man in scoring position here in the first inning. No runs, a hit, one left. And after one, it's 3-0 Cubs. So Estrada gets through the first inning unscathed. And he'll lead off the second. He's a right-handed batter. Herbel getting the sign from Haller. The pitch, 1-9 right-handed, swung on and missed. Strike three. Down goes Estrada, not surprisingly. A one-hitting pitcher. I would agree with that, Mangler. They've certainly been around the longest. Top of the order, Glenn Beckert steps to the plate, grounded to short his first time up. Herbel into the windup. That's going to be a 1-10 right-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Hart will take it, and there's two down quickly in the second. And here's Lee Thomas, who singled his first time up. Herbel's pitch to Thomas is a 2-3 righty. He struck him out. And Herbel settles down nicely in the second with a 1-2-3 inning. I'll tell you, Cosmo, I'm drinking the green salmon. Here, let me go get it. This one I bought in Yachats while I was on my trip. It is the Campfire Blend, Guatemala and Colombia. Profits from this blend support the environmental work of Oregon Wild. And there's their sticker. It's good. It's ground, of course. I had to have them grind it so I could use it in the hotel room. And there's Frank. May have been there all along. Anyway, I'm going to use that up because it's already ground. You know how that goes. They start to lose freshness as soon as they're ground. Bottom of the second, it's Hart, Haller, and Brown for San Francisco. Hart on the year, 307 average, leads the ball club, 13 home runs, 38 RBIs. Estrada with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-5 righty. Ground ball to short, fielded by Kessinger, who throws him out, one down. There's the catcher, Tom Haller. Haller hitting just .198, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. Estrada's pitch to the left-hander is a 3-5, swung on and missed, strike three. First strikeout for Estrada. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Ollie Brown. Brown having a tough time of it as well, hitting .200 and still looking for his first home run. As Estrada comes set, the pitch is a 4-8 right-handed, and he pops him up on the left side. Santo there to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Estrada. How about that? I'm finally figuring out how this game works. Whatever I predict out loud, the exact opposite happens. Yeah, it's all whatever works for you. Well, apparently Estrada pitched well for you too, Frank, judging by the score. Heart of the order for the Cubs here in the third inning against Ron Herbel. It'll be Billy Williams starting it off. Billy singled and scored in the first. Herbel is a pitch. It's going to be a 4-6 left-handed, and Williams with a base hit into right field. Leads things off with a single, and he's 2 for 2. Not held at 14, but with a 7, he's going to try for it. He needs a 7. 8, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Santo, who walked in the first. It's a 2-6 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Gabrielson. Up the track, at the wall, it's gone. Home run Santo, and it is 5-0 Chicago. Holy smokes. 2-6 to 15. Barely got it out of here on the 14. And for Ron Santo, that's home run number 13 on the season. 5-0 Cubs. Here's Ernie Banks. Banks a 2-run double in the first. Herbal set now. Pitch on a 2-5. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Pellicudis rings him up. First out of the inning, and here's Byron Brown. Brown with an RBI single in the first. Herbal gets the sign from Tom Haller, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-6 right-handed. He lifts it to straightaway center. That's Willie Mays territory. He glides over to it and puts it away. That'll bring up Hundley with 2 down. Hundley a strikeout victim in the first. Herbal gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Hundley on a 4-9 right-handed. He rips that into left center. That could go for extra bases, 1-9, and it will be a long single for Hundley. So Herbal not fooling anybody today. And the batter will be Don Kessinger. Frank, you know the saying, you need a lot of dough to make some bread. Kessinger 0 for 1, standing in from the left side as Herbal comes set from the stretch now. The pitch is a 110 right-handed. That's a base hit into right field. They're sending Hundley to third, and he'll make it. Runners at the corners with 2 away, and Estrada will bat. Herbal trying to get out of another jam. The pitch to Estrada, 5-9 right-handed. That's a single to 12, double 13 or above. That's going to be a base hit for Estrada to drive in another run. Hundley scoring on the hit. All the way to third goes Don Kessinger. And Estrada helping himself out with the bat. Oh my. Chuck Estrada, folks. And the Giants, action in the Giants bullpen. The right-hander Bob Pretty begins to throw. Six to nothing Cubs. This is the fate that I kind of anticipated for Estrada, but it's Herbal who may not be long for this game, facing Beckert now. Here's the pitch on a 5-7. It's a slow roller to short. Lanier charges it, scoops it up, throws to McCovey in time. And the side is retired. But 3 more for the Cubs. On 5 hits, they leave a pair. And it is 6-0. And we may have to bat for Herbal here in the bottom of the second. In fact, I think that's what we're going to do. So Herbal's day will come to an end at 3 innings. 9 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. I don't really have a rule, Mike. I just kind of feel it out as I go. Chuck Estrada takes the mound for his third inning of work. It'll be Lanier, a pinch hitter, and Fuentes. Hal Lanier on the season, just 177, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, right-handed batter. The pitch from Estrada on a 3-7, it's a fly ball to center. Brown backs up a bit and pulls it in. Now let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. Early in the game, we're going to go with Don Landrum, the left-handed hitting outfielder. Landrum hitting just 162 so far. Estrada's pitch is a 112 right-handed liner right at Beckert. Beckert makes the grab. 2 down. Landrum hit that one right on the screws. It's a low max right at the second baseman. 2 down, and Tito Fuentes will be the hitter. Estrada with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-5 left-handed fly ball to left field. Thomas makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Estrada. So file under things you would not expect after 3 innings of play. The Cubs are leading 6-0. And Bob Pretty, the right-hander, will take the mound for San Francisco. For Pretty, the results have not been pretty. He has no record but a 7.36 ERA. Oh, he has 6 runs in 3 innings. He's got to get out of there. In the super advanced rule, he'd be fatigued. Even though I don't play that way, I keep it in mind. Thomas, Williams, and Santo come to bat in the 4th. Lee Thomas 1 for 2 today. Pretty gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch for Thomas. That's going to be a 5-11 lefty. Grounded to first base X. Tough chance for McCovey. 325. Here's the play. On a 5, he's got it. Flips it to Pretty, covering, 1 down. Nice play, McCovey. Here's Billy Williams, 2 for 2 on the day. Singled in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, scored both times. Pretty into the windup. That's a 3-2 right-handed liner right at McCovey. So it's all McCovey so far on the field this inning. That'll bring up Santo, who hit a monster home run in the 3rd. Walked in the 1st. Pretty's pitch to Santo is a 5-4 right-handed fly to center field X. That's Willie Mays country. 1 E8, Willie on his horse. It's going to be an 11 E range, a 5 on an 8, and that's going to be a 2-base error on McCovey. Can you believe it? So we're on Mays, excuse me. Did I say McCovey? A rare error by Willie Mays. Just his 2nd of the season. Santo at 2nd with 2 down, and here's Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Banks 1 for 2 with a couple of ribbies. Pretty gets the sign. The pitch to Ernie's a 5-8 right-handed. He hits it the other way to right field. Brown ranging over and puts it away. No runs, no hits, a man left. Go to the bottom of the 4th, the score remains the same. This could be the day that Chuck Estrada receives cult status in this replay. He'll be facing Gabrielson, Mays, and McCovey. No easy task. Gabrielson 0 for 1 standing in from the left side. Estrada with the windup on the pitch. It's a 6-4 left-handed. That's catcher's card. That's going to be Hundley. Hundley, a good catcher, 2E6. Here's the result of that play. E-range. It's a 10 on an E6. Little number in front of the plate. Hundley pounces on it like a cat and fires down to Banks for the out. Mookie looks down from the tower as if to say, "You're talking about another cat?" Here's Mays, who doubled his first time up, the only Giant hit of the game so far against Estrada. Estrada with the windup and the pitch to Mays is a 5-2. Hard smash to third, but Sano's there. Fires across to Banks, 2 down. Here's Willie McCovey, flew to right in the first. Estrada getting the sign now. Here's the windup and here's the pitch. It's a 1-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Holy crikeys here. Are you kidding me? That's 10 in a row retired by Chuck Estrada, and the Giants come up empty in the fourth. Then Mike points out that Mays makes that catch in super advanced. Something to be said for it, I'm sure. I play that way on the computer, but of course you don't have to look at the chart when you're playing on the Windows game. Fifth inning, it's Brown, Hundley, and Kessinger coming to bat against Bob Pretty. Brown 1 for 2 today. Pretty into the windup. That's a 3-3 right-handed. He lifts it to straightaway center. Mays is right there and gloves it for the first out. Here's Hundley now, 1 for 2. The pitch from Pretty. 3-8 right-handed. Slow roller to second. Fuentes comes in on it. Gloves, sidearm flip to McCovey, 2 away. Here's Kessinger, 1 for 2. Pretty's pitch is a 3-6 right-handed. He pops him up on the right side. McCovey will take it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Pretty. So Pretty came in and settled things down as far as the Giants' pitching goes. Pretty rated 4 for relief endurance, so he could go a ways today. And taking the mound for his first endurance inning is the quite surprising Chuck Estrada. It's fun, isn't it? Only 1 hit allowed through 4 by Estrada. That was a Mays double back in the first inning. Jim Ray Hart will lead things off. Estrada, the windup and the pitch. It is a 6-6 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. Leadoff walk to Hart. And Tom Haller strides to the plate. Haller struck out in the second. Left-handed hitter. Estrada checks the runner, and from the stretch delivers a 2-4 right-handed. Grounder wide of second. Beckert to his left. His only play is to first, and on the play, Hart takes second. Here's Ollie downtown. Brown now popped to third in the second. Estrada, the full windup. The pitch to Brown on a 2-8 righty. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Estrada. And it'll be up to Hal Lanier. Lanier, a light-hitting infielder. He's in there for his glove more than his bat. Estrada's pitch is a 4-6 righty. Grounder to second. Single to 2 only, and he gets the 2. It's an infield hit for Lanier. Stopping at third is Hart. Excuse me. He was already on second. And now with runners at the corners and 2 outs, the Giants have little choice than to hit for Pretty. Pretty, who's had a terrible year so far, 2 fine innings today. So maybe quit while you're ahead with Mr. Pretty. 1 error. There were no walks and no strikeouts. It'll be the pitcher and then right, left, left. Bobby Bolin throwing in the pen. He's between starts this round. The Giants need runs. Jim Davenport. It's going to be Davenport. I thought about Alou, but Alou with weak power against righties. And it'll be Davenport. Davenport has the highest average on the team, although not enough at bats to qualify. He's hitting .314 currently. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. In the Cubs bullpen, Billy Heft, the left-hander, Cal Kuntz, the righty. 1 more hit or walk will fatigue Estrada. Here's the pitch to Davenport. It's a 1-6 right-handed. He struck him out. Can you believe this? No runs, a hit, 2 left on, and 5 scoreless innings for Chuck Estrada. Right, Mike. Estrada may look back on that as the highlight of this season for him. Hey, I struck out McCovey. At this point, Estrada has to bat. I didn't think I'd be saying that in the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Giants. That is indeed Bolin. As Bolin gets loose, let's take a look at his numbers. On the season, he is 5-5, 2.66. This is only his 2nd relief appearances. He's made 13 starts. Estrada, the right-handed hitter. Good night, Larry. Thanks for dropping in. Enjoy the last bit of your European vacation. The pitch from Bolin is a 2-4 right-handed. Struck him out. Top of the order, Glenn Beckert will be the hitter. Beckert 0 for 3 today. Bolin getting the sign. The pitch is a 6-11 right-handed. Fly to center field. Can of corn for Willie Mays, who puts it away for out number 2. That was my stepdad's surname, Frank, and everybody, Estrada. Lee Thomas 1 for 3. The pitch from Bolin. 1-7 righty, liner to first, single to 13. That's going to be a base hit for Lee Thomas, his 2nd of the afternoon. And that'll get Billy Williams to the plate here in the 6th. Billy, 2 for 3 on the day. Bolin checks the runner. Now from the stretch, comes in with a 4-6 left-handed. Routine grounder to second. Fuentes gloves it, flips it to McCovey, and that'll do it. No runs ahead, a man left. After 5.5, it's still 6-0 Cubs. And the story of the day, Chuck Estrada takes the mound. I'm going to grab some coffee. Does anyone have a trivia question for today? If you do, the winner will receive this Andy's after dinner mint. I couldn't resist. I kind of copped that from Jeffrey with the Mike and Ike's. Yeah, I'm aware of the ship factor. I'm not really crazy about that idea either. Mookie, do something. Top of the order for San Francisco. Tito Fuentes 0 for 2. Estrada into the windup. It's a 5-5 left-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. Can of corn for Thomas, who makes the catch. 1 down. Len Gabrielson steps in. He's 0 for 2. Estrada into the windup. It is a 3-9 right-handed. Struck him out. Oh, my. And to think he won't get another start. It's almost a shame. Willie Mays 1 for 2. One of only 2 San Francisco hits in this one. Estrada, the windup on the pitch, is a 2-3 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep left. Thomas fading back on the track, pulls it in. So Mays gave it a ride, but somehow that one stays in the park, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Estrada. Bobby Bolin will come out for his second inning of work as we go to the 7th. Santo, Banks, and Brown due up for Chicago. Santo walked in the first, 2-run homer in the third, reached on an error in the fourth. Bolin into the windup. On a 3-10 right-handed, he loses in ball 4. So Santo's been on all 4 times today, albeit one of them on an error. And the batter is Ernie Banks. Banks 1 for 3 with a double. Bolin checking the runner. Now from the stretch, it's a 3-10 right-handed. Hard smash to short. Lanier has it to Fuentes for 1. On to McCovey, twin killing. And here's Byron, 1 for 3. Byron Brown standing in. Bolin, the windup, the pitch. 4-7 right-handed, and he walks him. Second walk issued by Bolin. Walks have been kind of a problem for Bolin this season. Randy Hundley batting with a runner at first and 2 down. Hundley 1 for 3. Bolin from the stretch. 6-5 right-handed, grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Lanier. 342. Into the hole goes Lanier on a 16. He's there. Strong throw across in time. Actually, that's a B. He goes the short way to Fuentes for the force. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, a man left. And as we go to stretch, it's 6-0 Cubs behind the the unlikely performance by Chuck Estrada here today. And of course, as always at the seventh inning stretch, we're going to fire up the Mookie cam. Mookie up in the tower, not doing anything today. I kind of liked yesterday when he was a lot more active. There he is. Let's go around and get a better look. Mookie. Mookie. Hey, Mookie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you looking outside? He says this is kind of a letdown. The birds were much bigger over on the coast. We've got a trivia question from Al. Who holds the Giants' record for lowest slugging percentage in a season? 475 plate appearances or more. Now he's looking. He's saying hello. Hi, Mook. Okay, that's all you get. Thanks, Mookie. Really a lot of fun traveling with Mookie. He's such a good car rider. I've never had a cat like that. There we go. Get that fastened down there. Frank also has a trivia question. Name the only pitcher who gave up a major league homer to Ruth and Mantle? Wow, that's covering some years. I have no idea on any of these, either of these. Anyone? Well, Mangler, it's lowest slugging in a season. Oh, I see what you mean. It's possible, isn't it? You wouldn't think that, but yeah. Must have been his rookie year. He must have been in the front row. Okay, Chuck Estrada time, bottom of the seventh. McCovey, Hart, and Haller due up. Hundley flashing the signs. Estrada, the windup and the pitch on a 1-9 right-handed, struck him out. Estrada strikes out McCovey for the second time today, and that is now 5 strikeouts in the game. No, 6. Excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. Here's Jim Ray Hart. 0 for 1 with a walk. Estrada gets the sign. 5-7. Hart crushes one to dead center. Brown going back. That's over his head. That's going to roll to the wall. And Hart digging for second is in there with a double. Just the third hit off of Estrada. A 1-out double for Jim Ray Hart. Heft and Kuntz tossing again. Haller the batter. Haller 0 for 2, struck out in the second, grounded to second in the fifth. Estrada checks the runner. Now it comes set and comes in with a 6-5 lefty. Base hit into right field. That's going to score hard, and the Giants are on the board on an RBI single by Haller. Now one more hitter walk will fatigue Estrada. Ollie Brown steps to the plate. 6-1 Cubs is the score now. Estrada gets the sign. The pitch to Brown on a 2-7, flies it to straightaway center. That's Byron Brown, and he puts it away for the second out. That'll bring up the shortstop, Hal Lanier. Estrada with the pitch. It's a 3-6 right-hander. He pops him up left side. Kessinger waving his arms, and he squeezes it for the third out. The Giants get a run on 2 hits and leave a man. But Estrada still very much in the game through 7 complete. It's 6-1 Chicago. I really felt like he was going to get knocked out that inning, but he's still alive. You know, I've heard that name Bobo Newsom before. That could be the one. Bolin. Wait, I didn't mark him. There it is. Bolin rated 3 for relief endurance. This will be his 3rd inning of work and his 1st endurance inning. Kessinger, Estrada, and Beckert against Bobby Bolin here. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kessinger on a 1-7, right in the heart of his good column. He gets under one, lifts it to center. Mays waiting on it and puts it away. And now Estrada has to bat in the 8th. Wow. The pitch is a 4-2. High fly to left. That pushes Gabrielson back almost to the track and makes the catch. Welcome, Bob Cole. Hello, Bob. Good to see you. Beckert's 0 for 4 on the day. As Bolin comes set. 5-12 righty. Ground to the pitcher X. Bolin a 4.33. Hold your breath on this one. That's going to be an 8, error range 7 on a 33, and that will be an error on Bolin. Second San Francisco error of the ball game. +3 battery. 19 held at 17 is Beckert. He's going to roll for it. He needs a 7. Does not get it, but on a 1, it's a possible pickoff. He's safe 1-6, and he is picked off. How about that? Quick move by Bolin. Hung out to dry is Beckert. And in the 9th inning, Lee Thomas will start it off with a fresh count. A good example there why I don't often try to steal with the guys that have a low percentage chance of getting the lead. That's going to be the end of the line for Bolin. He worked 3 fine innings today. And the Giants will send up a pinch hitter for him to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Bolin allowed just one hit, no runs in his 3 innings of work. A fine job by the Giant bullpen. 2 walks and a strikeout for Bolin. Lefty Bill Henry throwing in the Giants' pen. He pitched in this game in real life, a computer-only card. And the batter will be Jesus Alou. Alou, 206 on the year, still looking for his first home run. Estrada gets the sign. The wind-up, the pitch is a 3-6 grounder to short, fielded by Kessinger, who throws him out 1 down. Alou retired. Top of the order, and Tito Fuentes. Estrada gets his sign. The wind-up, and here's the pitch. It's a 4-8 left-handed ground ball B. Let me go to my computer game here. Doesn't say where it's hit to. We're going to credit that to second base. Beckert makes the play, 4-3. 2 down, and it's Gabrielson. Gabrielson 0 for 3 as Estrada comes set. The windup and the pitch is a 2-9 right-handed. High fly ball to right field, backing up Williams. Up the track, pulls it in for the out. Homer to 2 only, you rolled the 4. Just a loud out by Len Gabrielson, and yet another 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Estrada, who finds himself 3 outs shy of a complete game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-2-3 innings out of 8. So through 8 complete, it is Cubs 6, Giants 1. The lefty Bill Henry comes out for San Francisco. Henry, to no one's surprise, has not pitched much. He's been in 3 games, has not given up a run. 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Frank's having to give out hints now. Gave up homers to both Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle. Last name starts with a B. And he must have pitched a long time. Still, I have no idea. With the lefty pitching, the Cubs are going to hit for Thomas and improve their defense at the same time. Adolfo Phillips will bat and stay in the game in center field, with Brown moving to left. Henry into the windup now. The pitch to Phillips on a 6-5. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Gabrielson turns around and watches it go. That's a home run, no doubt about it, for Adolfo Phillips. Let's take another look at it. 6-5, no doubt about it. And for Phillips, home run number 6 on the season. That makes it 7-1. Really academic at this point, as the story is Chuck Estrada. Here's Billy Williams now. The pitch from Bill Henry is a 6-7, and he walks him. And Herman Franks has seen enough. Henry unable to get out the 2 left-handed batters. He's certainly not going to let him face a righty. And in comes Lindy McDaniel. Williams at first, nobody out. Ron Santo at the plate. Here's the pitch from Lindy McDaniel. It's a 3-4 righty. He lifts it to straightaway left. Gabrielson is there and makes the catch. One away. And then Ernie Banks will be the hitter. The pitch to Banks is a 4-9 right-handed grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be a tough chance for Lanier. 342. Here's the play on an 11. It's the error range. An 8 on a 42, and that will be an error on Hal Lanier. Third San Francisco error of the ballgame. Cubs have added one on in the ninth, threatening for more as Byron Brown stands in. Byron 1 for 3 with a walk. McDaniel's pitch is a 6-6 right-handed base hit left field. Williams can try to score on that. 14. Gabrielson a +1. 15 with one out. Why? They're going to hold him. The bases will be loaded. And it is Hal Lanier. How about that? 239 slugging in 1968. We still don't have an answer to the pitcher who gave up home runs to Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle. Unfortunately, I only have one Andy's after dinner bit. Here's Hundley with one down, and the sack's full of Cubs. McDaniel's pitch is a 6-12 fly to left field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Gabrielson, a poor outfielder. 4-16. Here it comes. On a 7. He can't get it. That's a single, and 2 runs will score. 2-run single by Hundley. Williams scores. Banks scores. To third goes Byron Brown. And it is 9-1. So neither Henry nor McDaniel effective in the ninth. Kessinger the hitter now, still only one away. And here's the pitch. 6-10 left-handed, fly to center field X. Well, that should be an out. That's Mays, 1-8. On a 2, Mays runs and makes a diving catch in center. Can't get up in time to prevent Hundley from tagging and scoring on the sac fly, but what a play by Mays. That is indeed a web gem. Kessinger with the RBI, that makes it 10-1. And batting for the 5th time, Chuck Estrada. McDaniel's pitch on a 1-8 struck him out. So it's the hat trick for Estrada, but who cares? The Cubs add on 4 insurance runs in the ninth on 3 hits. And you'd have to say that Estrada has a lot of wiggle room to try to get that complete game. You can keep it. Yeah. I don't blame you, Al. And here's the story of the game right here. Chuck Estrada making his only start of the 66 season. He's only allowed 4 hits. He'll have to go through the heart of the Giant order. Mays has one of those hits. He's 1 for 3. I want to thank everybody for watching today. This has been fun. I wonder why normally I don't have to move this up until we get into extra innings. I'm thinking the cat must have hit the tripod again. There we go. Estrada on the mound. Gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the pitch to Willie Mays. It's a 3-2 right-handed, and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Mays. Not what you really want to see with a 9-run lead. And here's McCovey. Starting to throw just in case. Kuntz again. McCovey 0 for 3, struck out twice. Estrada from the stretch. That's a 3-9 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. And clearly Estrada running out of gas here. One more hit or walk will fatigue him. And the batter, Jim Ray Hart. Out to the mound is Hundley. Estrada does not want to come out of this ball game. Hundley nods and puts the ball on his glove. Back behind the plate into the crouch. The pitch to Hart. 3-6 right-handed. That's ripped into right for a single. Triple to 2. That's going to be a triple for Jim Ray Hart. 2 runs will score. So it's 10-3 now, and Estrada is fatigued. I'm inclined to get him another batter here. He's earned it. Pitching to Tom Haller. Runner at third, nobody out. 2-7 righty. Grounder to first base. Single to 2. It's going to be a grounder to first. That's a B. And that scores another run. Ten to 4 now. 1 down, but the bases are empty. Ollie Brown at the plate. Estrada comes in with the pitch on a 2-7 fly to center. Can of corn for Phillips. And Estrada pitching on fumes. 1 out away from the complete game. Standing in his way, Hal Lanier, who's 1 for 3. Estrada with the pitch. That's a 1-8 right-handed. It's a base hit into center for Lanier, and the Giants will send up a pinch hitter now for McDaniel. That will be Cap Peterson. Ten to 4 is the score. 2 down in the ninth. Estrada, the pitch to Peterson. 1-6 righty. He struck him out. And limping to the finish line on fumes, Chuck Estrada with the complete game victory. Not quite sure what I was doing there. 3 in the ninth is not enough. 10-4, good buddy. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Hey, we got the answer. Al Benton. I'll be darned. So Estrada, in his only appearance of this season, earns Player of the Game honors. He's 1-0. Allowed only 5 hits. He walked 3. Struck out 7. I wouldn't have given him a snowball's chance of hell of getting through 5. Ron Herbal takes the loss. He drops to 2 and 5. Thank you, Mangler. That was fun. It's always fun when these unsung heroes come through. And that's such a bad card. How bad, you ask? Let's look at it on the chart. Against lefties, 45.5% on base, 80.2% slugging. Against righties, 37.8% on base, 62.3% slugging. Doesn't get much worse. And yet a complete game 5-hitter. My thumb up is not working. I just gave myself one just to test it. I don't understand the technical aspects of YouTube. Cubs 10 big runs. 13 hits, no errors. The Giants 4 runs, just 5 hits and 3 errors in the ballgame. And that wraps up June 14th on the schedule. Tomorrow's game, there will be a game tomorrow. Let's see what it's going to be. We move to June 15th. It's going to be the Mets at the Braves. Dennis Rybant starting for the Mets, Denny LeMaster for the Braves. 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Please join me for that one. Thank you everyone for watching. That was a lot of fun. Forever to be known as the Chuck Estrada game. Thanks everybody. Have a great evening. And hopefully see you tomorrow for a Saturday game. Bye for now.